Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Happy Wednesday, guys. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Smash the like button on your way in. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Happy Wednesday. How is everyone doing? Y'all having a great week? I'm having a pretty good week. Pretty chill time. Let's get the webcam on. Hey, happy Wednesday, guys. Let's take a look at the charts. We got our Fed meeting, whatever it's called, FOMC. I don't know. They didn't cut interest rates, which is what everyone was expecting. So no surprise here. Let's get into it. Bitcoin currently trading at 104.910 and 45 cents. Looking good, looking strong, looking sturdy. Bitcoin kind of just quiet, honestly. Everything seems quiet today. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm kind of okay with it. We are nearing, at the end of this month, the end of Q2, which will put us into Q3, Q4. That's usually when things begin to kick off. Yeah, see, the later half of the year is almost always way better for cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin, than the first half. Nobody really cares at the beginning of the year because they're busy. You're getting out of Christmas, going into February, March, April. March are starting to warm up. Everybody calms down and, relaxes outside. They don't worry about money markets and whatever other junk is going on in the world. But we do, because we are degenerates. So let's go refresh our liquidation heat map and see where it puts us. Symbol and 12 hour. We have a lot of liquidity to the downside. 103,456. Oops, 103,456. Cool. And I'll make that a regular thickness. And then I guess I'll go to the big one, right? 103,070. And then one more down below. I guess I'll go all the way down here. 101,683. Okay. That'd be cool. I'm sure that it exists, but that'd be nice, I guess, to get like a liquidation heat map indicator. That would be really cool. I wonder if there's one out there. 105, 151. What if I says JJ says we going lower? I think we're going lower. I don't know how long it's going to last, but 107, 310. What's going on, Waterfly? Happy Wednesday. Got a big range up above us. Interesting to see. Yeah, I think we're definitely poised for some downside for sure. Bitcoin dominance 64.84. I'm still looking for 66. We're getting that slow grind up. We got our little, I don't even know what you want to call it anymore. We get a decent sized uptrend, like Bitcoin dominates. We get a little chop, a little upwards chop, and then alts take over for a second. And then Bitcoin dominates again. We get a little chop, alts take over, Bitcoin dominates, chop, alts take over. Bitcoin dominates, chop. Hopefully, alts are about to take over, even if it's just a short little baby period of time. I'm totally okay with little short spurts of some volatility, some semblance of market. Because man, is it getting boring? It's getting so boring. I'm starting to ask for overtime at work. Like, not even for the money, because I'm so bored. Philly said yo yo yo. Was there a FOMC rate drop or still paused? They're still paused. The Fed's greatest decision that they ever made was making no decisions. I enjoy the idea that they are planning on just being completely reactive to whatever happens. They're like, well, if things get bad, then we'll do something. But right now, nothing's happening, so we don't really care. That's literally all that they do. It kind of drives me crazy. Let's see. Mr. Roberts said, "Sup, fellas? What's going on, Mr. Roberts?" Fahid said, "Make crypto great again." Yeah, we might have to wait until at least Q4 for that. What if I said when Canada 50% stained? All right. Yeah. 64.8 on Bitcoin dominance. Like I said, still looking for 66 out of this. We'll see how far we go. But we'll see if we also get that reaction on that pattern for alts getting a little bit of leeway. Tyler said, "I want to open longs, but I've been getting wrecked on stop losses, LOL." Okay, so my recommendation, Tyler, would be to tremendously lower your leverage. Patience is your best friend. Patience equals time, and time is your most valuable asset. You have all the time in the world right now. Just set a very low leverage and only do a small percentage. You don't have to bet your whole bag. If you say to yourself, this is what I would do. This is what I would do. I would look at my position. I would say, I want to put a $400 position on Bitcoin, longing Bitcoin. I would open a position, low leverage. Probably my max, if I was really spicy about it, would be like 8x. But I would probably go like 4 or 5x long on Bitcoin. And out of that $400 position, I would only do 100. And then if the price went down, then I would put another 100 in, double my position, and then my entry moves down. My average entry moves down, and which also moves my liquidation. I don't know. It can be complicated, but it can also be very simple. It's all just a matter of establishing your trading methods, and everybody's got their own way of doing things. But as of right now, we do seem to be knocking on this 105, 151 liquidation. We'll see if we hit that. Right now, we're getting a potential bullish engulfing on the 4-hour, which would be cool. It's kind of crazy when the 4-hour time frame starts to look like a smaller time frame because of how big these moves are and how little you're moving right this moment. It's an odd feeling. We do have bullish div, which points towards price upside and RSI downside, which is great. We'll see if that results in some bullish price action. I think, again, same as yesterday, everything's going to be weighted against this geopolitical landscape. Revan Lalchan said, "Sup, what's going on, Revan?" Tyler said, "I was only at 5x. 5x is good. I like that. It was only 5x. My stop loss was too high." Oh, okay, you had a spicy stop loss. Revan said, "Good night, everyone." Good night. Good night. Good night indeed. But yeah, ETH is up 0.51% on the day. We're still getting our lovely reaction off of this blue trend line. A accumulation, hopefully. I'm really, really hoping that this holds, because if it breaks, it's going to get really ugly really fast. What if I said when JJ 200k subs? We're at 1k right now. What we did, we just have to do 199 more times, and then we'll be there. Maybe even less. I didn't do the math. We're like 1,037 or something, which is exciting stuff. We got 20 minutes until the daily close contest, so make sure you guys stick around for that. If you're new and you're unaware of the rules, let me know in the chat and I will go over them with you. Tyler said, "Sui long right now, what you think?" Sui's been getting decimated, dude. But he said baby steps 2k first, right? Yeah, and then we 20x that, or 10x that. Or it would be 100x. Jeez, that's a lot. Wow. Sol is down 0.37% on the day. Tom Selleck Scott said, bruh, should have bought Circle stock. I was just looking at that. Circle and Coinbase, both killing it. I'm going to wait for a pullback and probably enter. See where we end up. But those will be my first stock positions in quite some time. They look good though, man. Woo! People are liking stable coins. So I'm assuming both of them are going to do tremendous. Coinbase is like making huge moves too. We got a lot of that to go over in the articles section. Tyler asked, what do I think of a SWE long right now? So I like that it's holding 275. 275 is a big psychological and reactive point of contention. There's like actual data to back up that 275 should be a decent hold area. That being said, SWE has been getting decimated. You do have bullish div though, but the bullish div points at a reversal, quick little reversal, and then a continuation of price moving down and RSI moving up. You are also about to get your RSI crossing the moving average. I don't hate it. I'm just not fully convinced right now. If I was looking at that, I would feel like it would be a forced trade for me personally. But I'm not always right, so that's just my input. Total 3 is down 0.05%. It's so weird. We get this downturn, we get a little spike up, Are we going to continue down until, let's call it June 22nd? Because we got to front run it a little bit because there's a little bit of space here. We're lagging behind a little bit. I don't know, man. It's interesting to watch. So what being said? So what you think? Of course, a hit and add. So what being said, LOL. What about Ondo? I'll get to Ondo in a minute. But yeah, total 3, keep an eye on it for sure. We got our purple trend line that we're hitting. Purple trend line is very important. We've broken below it before, but it wasn't the end of the world. It actually did really good off of that. Billy said, did the large number of downloads for Coinbase ever happen? No, we have not had alt season yet. And I actually have data to back that up today. ADA is down 0.77%, currently trading at 60.42. As long as it holds above 60, I'm happy. As of right now, though, we're just keeping an eye on it, seeing where we go. 55 actually is totally in the cards based on this stupid, stinky range. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but you never know, man. You never know. SNEK is up 1.6% on the day, 4.77% 4-hour candle. Beautiful reaction off the 20-cent level. Or, what is that, 0.2 of a cent level. So we'll see if we get some upside for this. Momentum wave shifting. RSI broke out, bounced off of its moving average, looking good. XRP is up 0.62% on the day. Lovely reaction off of 214. If it breaks above 217, then 222 is in the cards. If it rejects 217, we could see it try to break 217 for a little while longer. I could also see it pulling back to 214. HBAR is down 0.83%. So HBAR broke below 1593. Rejected twice. While the second one was actually a break above, fake out, broke back down below. And because it broke below, it kind of started to fall. And 1401 is in the cards now. Last time it was sustained below 1593, though, was a relatively decent buy. We'll see if that continues. SWE, we just talked about SWE. I like the 275 support. $3 would be next, but there's going to be this resistance line above us right here around 288. So if we break above that, great. If not, then we're probably heading below 275. Ondo, for Mr. Tyler. Ondo, we were looking at all the possibilities. Ondo just keeps getting wrecked. I don't know why. We do have a tremendous amount of buying volume right here, which is great. People are scooping it up. Problem is, that's not sustaining the price enough. It held 72.72. That last time we came down this far, it got a beautiful bounce. It was a higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. This is that turning point. If it is gonna bounce and be bullish for a little while, it needs to bounce here at 72.72. Technically, it could go down to 70 and still be bullish, but that would be really pushing it for me and my comfort level specifically. So right here is where I want to have a reaction. I don't know if it's gonna get it though. I might be letting the bearish thoughts creep in, guys, which is probably a great time to buy. I'm never bearish like this. So I'm probably going to DCA extra hard this DCA day, which probably means that that's the day that we're going to recover. We're probably going to recover really well on Friday, and then I'm going to end up buying the top of that recovery. Let me take a sip of my chai latte, guys. Cheers. Happy Wednesday. Make sure you guys smash the like button. Helps me out a lot. It does quite a bit for me, actually, when you guys hit the like button. My streams that get more likes perform a lot better. And it increases our subscribers. Aerodrome. Arrow, for some reason, just continues to outperform the entire altcoin market. It is literally heading towards $1, barreling towards $1. This thing, we had our WM pattern play out beautifully, hit our 76 target, broke below the lower trend line, retested bearish confirmation, continuation to the downside, hit a target of 48, didn't quite get to our 45 target, but it hit 48, bounced off of that, just continued ranging in between our lines until it eventually broke above 66 and then broke above 76, and it's now seems to be hitting a wall around 85. But the fact that it's up 17.6% today with everything that's going on, someone knows something and they're accumulating aerodrome hard, like crazy. Tyler said, okay, Ando, I choose you. $76.99, 5x, $600. Let's get it. All right. I like it. I'll put it on the chart. 7699. Okay. But yeah, Arrow, for some reason, is just continuously outperforming. I would not be surprised if that's why Chewy's been missing in action. He's just trying to figure out how to cash out as much as possible without having to pay taxes. All right. Pinlink up 1.21%. It's still chilling at 60, but it's not getting any lower, which is great. We'll see if the below or 60 or below level continues to be a perfect buy zone. I guess the only concept that I see here that might conflict that is each time it got down before was a swift dump followed by a swift recovery, whereas now it kind of had like a really long stairway down to 60, whereas before it was, like I said, just a swift dump. This time it kind of took its sweet time, built that backwards scaffolding to the downside. Volume is also kind of fallen off a cliff. It does seem to be increasing right here, though, so people might actually be accumulating. We just got to keep an eye on it. Just got to keep an eye on it. Billy said Trump says no taxes on shitter profits. What shitter profits? Tyler said JK, like every time. Waterfly said, when you hit like, JJ gets a stiffy. Good for him with his lady roommate. Render's up 1.17%. Nice little reaction off of 315. Beautiful reversal candles right here. Explosion coming soon on Pinlink. I feel it, man. I feel it. I really do. The question is, how soon? I do think, unfortunately, we're stuck with at least Q3, probably Q4. Hopefully Q3 is when we start to curl to the upside. But I think Q4 is when the actual, like, proper bull market is going to start to kick off. Render is chilling at 325 right now. If it continues up, we're looking for 350. Oops. Otherwise, a break of 315, probably heading towards $3. I could see a range in between 3 and 315 for a minute. We have touched 260 twice now, just within the last month or two. Oh no, this was in March. Okay, so it was a couple months ago. Interesting. So, honestly, if it reacts right here, this is a waste management pattern. WM pullback, blast off. That'd be kind of sick. We'll see if Render does that, decides to do that. Volume is literally gone. There's no volume on Render right now, which is a little frightening. I'm not quite sure what to do with that. But 325, up 1.17% on the day. Polkadot is down 3.15%. The Fractal probably crashed now. I'm going to throw it away. It was bullish for a minute, and then we got more bearish news, and everything just continued to be bearish. It's been stuck around $3 or $4 for forever. So that is a 25% difference. But considering how far down everything else has come, Polkadot's been holding up relatively decent. It does seem to get these longer-term downtrends every single time anything happens. So this is really long. This is really long. This is really long. It's just kind of a Polkadot thing. It's currently sitting at 360. 333 is probably in the cards. We could go up for a retest of 378, but it does look like that happened already. If this is a midpoint liquidity pullback, then 360, 355 would probably be the bounce zone. But I don't know, actually, because the 4-hour RSI is almost oversold, so we could actually get a reaction soon. I'm not sure. I'm probably equally as uncertain as the rest of the market. Tyler's submitting his guess for the daily close contest early. Let me document that. Thank you, Tyler. Okay. Caspa. So CAS is up 1.68% on the day. It got a nice reaction off of 68.96. Some reversal candles. The RSI, we actually have bullish divergence as well. Price is down. RSI is up. This is the wrong kind though. It just signals a temporary reversal. So eventually the price is going to continue down while the RSI continues up. We did have a confirmed green dot way back here. Nope, way back here actually. Which does not seem to have played out. I guess technically it did get to 8 cents, so technically something did happen. Mr. Robert said, Tyler, I can't tell if you're having fun, but you don't need to make a life's worth of money in 1 year. It just takes a long time to build a big nest egg. Yeah, 68.96. I don't know. We are getting a cross of the RSI moving average. Not quite sure what that means. Let's see. Every time that happens, it is kind of a reversal. So we should actually get a decent uptrend here for a minute on CAS. Even if it's just one more 4-hour candle. Avalanche is down 2.48% on the day. It does look like it's breaking below 1828 at the moment. If it continues down, 1756 is in the cards. Otherwise, a retest of 19. Let's see. Not quite oversold, which does signal if we get a reaction here, then we will have bullish divergence, which is again the wrong kind. Price continuing the downside while the RSI continues up, but does signal a temporary reversal of the downtrend. It looks like we found support at 19, rejected at 1982, and then just continued to the downside on Avalanche specifically. So Avalanche also March, April had that little double bottom thing, same thing that Render had. So we'll see if we go back down for another 1597 touch. There might even be a trend line here, which would put us pretty low. 1317? Boy, I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to be saying I don't know a lot. It's that uncertainty, man. That uncertainty has creeped its way in. I really, really, really want Jimmy John's, but I'm not getting any because it's expensive. Chainlink. Chainlink is currently trading at 1303, up 0.31% on the day. Kind of getting a reaction off of our purple trend line even. No, not quite actually. 1268 bounce. Potential rejection, depending on how this candle closes, of the yellow trend line, which is right around 1305. So if we close below that, we might get another test of 1268. If we break 1268, 1239 is in the cards. If we break 1305, then 1339 is in the cards. Interesting. That's literally a whole $1 difference. I don't even think I noticed that. Jay Shear said, yo, yo, sup family? What's going on, Jay Shear? Mr. Roberts said, Philly, please don't send your Trump derangement people here. Philly said, Mr. Roberts, no, 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 you're Canadian too. That's awesome. So yeah, Chainlink. A lot of people frequently talking about how undervalued Chainlink is, and I agree. I do agree. I think the biggest problem is you don't need to hold Chainlink in order to use it, which is similar to all of the other projects where they like do something great, but you don't actually need the token in order to use the product that like the underlying project offers, which is a little sketch to me. That's usually a red flag and where I stay away. Like, could pump the price up for a temporary amount of time, but if there's no use case for the token, then why does the token exist? And why would I hold it in hopes that other people are going to buy it and the price is going to increase? You know what I mean? That's just me being a little overly critical. But Chainlink looks okay. It looks okay today. I like the little purple trend line test. We're still holding above it. Looking good. Yellow. It's a little bit iffy losing yellow, but I mean, I didn't really have crazy feelings about yellow in the first place. Going all the way back to August. So we might get another little fake out like we had back here in April. April got a little spicy. I could see June getting spicy. Doge is up 0.56% on a day. Doge did break below the ascending trend line. That goes all the way back to August of 2024 as well. Again, last time we did this was April, and it was I wouldn't say a swift recovery. We got kind of a bounce and then a rejection and then a little fake out to the downside, maybe liquidity grab, and then a break above, retest, continuation of the upside. And this was a little baby inverse head and shoulders as well. And pretty decent pump right there, but unfortunately that did turn out to be a BART, which dumped pretty hard, pretty fast as well. But Doge is currently trading at 1702, which is above 1681, looking good. If it gets to 17.5, then great. Otherwise, if it loses 1681 for a decent chunk of time, we could see 12-13 cents. Let's see. You guys are all saying hi to each other. That's cute. Mr. Roberts said, Rockwood. I still use an axe and make my own maple syrup. Nice. I never understood log splitters. They take so long. Billy said, JJ, shitters don't have a use case either. They're to hold, so the double douchers buy it up, and we sell in profit, leaving them with the useless bag. I think that's why people are so attracted to meme coins, though. They're not trying to blow smoke up your ass. They're not like, we're going to change the world of telecommunications. They literally go, this is a picture of a cute seal. And everyone's like, fuck yeah, I love cute seals. Meanwhile, the other token is like, in order for us to achieve world peace, we have to go multi-chain and maximize our liquidity extraction. I mean our reach. Maximize our reach. All right, guys. Daily close contest less than 1 minute. Let me switch over to the 1 minute time frame on Bitcoin. Get your guesses ready, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin currently trading at 104,707 and 16 cents. 42 seconds remaining until you guys can begin guessing. All right, 30 seconds. Let me get the little window up. Bam. Cool. Very cool. What do you guys think of me putting my face over here and then shrinking the chart? Is this crazy if I do this? Yeah, that's kind of stupid. I'm not going to do it. Never mind. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Get your guesses in for the daily close contest, ladies and gentlemen. Today's prize is brought to you by your mom. Let me get Mr. Tyler's put in there for early submission. Mr. Tyler Yetzer. 104-669-69. Very nice. Waterfly said, can we shrink your face? Yes, you can. I've done it before. Remember when I put my face on Charles's head? Mr. Tyler, 104,669.69. Very nice. We got Tom Selleck's Goat, 104,700. We got Fahid, 104,666.69. All right, I like it. We got Drummer, 104,409.13. Anybody else? Anybody else at all? Get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm really small. I'm really, really small. What if I make myself so small and then I take my hat off? Ah! Help me! Help me! Help! Okay. I'm sorry. Cracking myself up. Okay, we got our guess in the Discord for J Shear 2.0. 106. 106, are you sure? We're at 104 right now. 106,705.69. Was that right? 106,705.69. Yeah. Cool. Bet one, then bet two said the point of trading meme coins is to leave someone else holding the bag, and I don't believe in those ideals. Rather trade stonks. It's literally the same thing. Like, in order for either of them to work, somebody has to buy the bag. So, meme coins are just smaller market cap. Because if you think about it, stocks, there's an underlying company and you can earn dividends and stuff, but crypto is literally the same thing. When it comes to money, it's all made up. It is all made up. We got a guess from Mr. Waterfly. Coming in with a guess of 104,939. Very nice. Anybody else? Anybody else at all? We got 1 minute and 54 seconds remaining on the clock for you guys to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Mr. Robbers coming in with a guess of 104,797.94. Very nice. I'm so excited for DCA Day. That weird? I feel like that's so weird. Maybe I should spend my money on something else. I'm just kidding. That's never gonna happen. Anybody else? We got 1 minute and 17 seconds remaining for you guys to get your guesses in for the daily close contest. Bitcoin is currently trading at 104,721.91 cents. Jay Shear, are you sure about your 106,705.69? That's the last time I'm going to bring it up. Bet one, then bet two said I disagree. They are different, but respect your opinion. I'd rather own Starbucks or trade it, knowing it generates money aside from the stock itself. That's fair. That's totally fair. Now, I guess, see, I'll disagree with your initial statement for the sake of blanket statements, but probably 98% of cryptocurrencies are scams. Because there's too many. There's too many coins. They're all liquidity extraction scams, so I will say that. So I do understand where you're coming from. Mr. Robert said, Philly, get a guess in there, buds. Philly's probably trying to figure out why there's no toilet paper or something. Alright, guys, this is it. 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Time's up. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for participating in the daily close contest. Please hold for 4 minutes while we gather results. We got 7 entries today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very cool. At this very moment, Drummer said, it's all a scam. Give them to me, I'll dispose of them. Right? Right? All right, guys. Bitcoin currently trading at 104,738 and 85 cents. We were getting a little wow, look at that. That is quite a flat line, isn't it? Whew. Jay Shear said mistype the 104. Okay, that's what I thought. Jay Shear 104,705.69. Gotcha. All right. Bitcoin 104,747 and 70 cents. Looking good at this moment. 104,747. Jay Shear is actually in the lead. 104,705.69. Didn't we used to have times up like 10 minutes before close? No. So you're allowed to enter 10 minutes before, and then 5 minutes before is when time's up. It's always been a 5-minute window. This we got Jay Shear. Wow. Jay Shear 2.0. Then above Jay Shear, we got Mr. Roberts 104,797.94. Look at that Bitcoin. I like watching on the 1 minute time frame when the market's super boring. Mr. Roberts with 104,797.94, and then Waterfly with 104,939. And then below Jay Shear, we got Tom Selesco 104,700. Interesting. Ooh, look at that. 104,797 and 5 cents. What the hell? Mr. Roberts very, very close to the current price. What is going on? Ooh, bet one, then bet two. Do you cover the market? I'm new here. Yeah, I'll cover whatever you want. As long as it's not like pornographic, I'm totally cool with covering anything. Thank you for stopping by, smashing the like button. I appreciate you for being here. I also appreciate your opinion. Look at that. 104,806 and 41 cents. Mr. Roberts said, huh? Guess it always felt longer after visiting the shed, lol. I need to go to the shed for a minute. Look at that. I like that green. That's exciting. 104,819.99. Let's see. We got 1 minute and 48 seconds remaining. It's getting even more pumpy. Is Waterfly going to take it, or is it going to be Mr. Roberts? Or are we going to dump to the downside? Bet one, then bet two said stocks. Yes, sir. Yeah, I figured that's what you were talking about. Circle and Coin today. Ooh, wow. I like crypto stocks especially. But yes. I've been eyeing Lemonade. I faded Roblox like a dummy. I literally told myself when it went public, I was like, I'm gonna buy some of this. I think I bought some, held it for a couple months, and then I sold it. I don't remember if it was for profits or loss, but I never bought back in, and it's just been skyrocketing ever since. So I'm a little bit devastated, a little butthurt about that. What else? I missed GameStop multiple times. I have not accumulated my own stock portfolio yet, but it's in the works. The idea is out there. Bitcoin currently trading at 104,882 and 35 cents at this very moment. Mr. Roberts is in the lead, and Waterfly is closing in. 40 seconds remaining on the clock. 104,886 and 78 cents. Market is heating up, looking juicy, looking spicy. Very exciting stuff. It's been quite some time since we've had a juicy close like this, at least on the 1 minute time frame. 104,886 and 78 cents. Mr. Roberts still on the lead. Mr. Roberts is Canadian, so that would be another win for Canada in the books. It is Canada versus the world with the daily close contest. I'm not sure why that happened, but that's just the way that it folded. This is it. 4, 3, 2, 1. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. The daily close for Bitcoin, 104,886 and 78 cents. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas in the chat for Mr. Roberts. With a guess of 104,797.94. Very cool. I like putting lines on the chart. It helps helps me not fumble the bag with the JJ math, because that has happened way too many times. It's so embarrassing when it happens too. Literally feels devastated for Steve Harvey when that shit happened. Oh my gosh. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, on your victory. Ladies and gentlemen, spam the bananas. Let's see. Banana. Let's get this off. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts. Hello? Oh. There we go. All right, let's add Mr. Roberts to the winners Google Doc. It's been quite some time since Mr. Roberts had a victory. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts. Canada definitely has the lead as far as Canada versus the world. I think. I don't know, we'd have to do that math. But I know Fahid being number one is, or number two, is a pretty significant lead. I will say, since Fahid and Tyler haven't really won either of them, they're definitely leaving a lot of time, a lot of space for those gaps to get filled, and those gaps are being filled indeed. Mr. Roberts' prize, ladies and gentlemen, can I get a drum roll, please? The winner of today's daily close contest with a guess of 104, 797 and 94 cents and an actual Bitcoin daily close of 104, 886 and 78 cents on June 18th, 2025. Mr. Roberts' prize is a nasty looking sub from Jersey Mike's. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, on your victory. Enjoy. You can enjoy it here. You can enjoy it on the go. Normally, individuals are legally obligated to remove it from the premises, but with this prize in particular, I will offer you a special deal and allow you to dispose of this in the trash where it belongs, if you would like. Congratulations once again, Mr. Roberts, on your victory. Enjoy your sub from Jersey Mike's. Very cool. Whew. Okay. Bitcoin chilling at 104,890 even. Very nice. Very cool. What do we got? We got some news articles. We were looking at Doge earlier, I think it is. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to spam the bananas. Canada has definitely taken the lead. All right, we were done with Doge. Polygon Matic Pole, looking good. We had a 3.2% positive candle on the 4-hour time frame. I can't tell if the bun is wet or stale. It's neither. That is a fresh Jersey Mike's bun. That's just how it looks. And if you're an Italian or a Frenchman, as I am, 50-50, you know that a pivotal part of the sub being delicious is the bread. That is the foundation of which delicious is built upon. If the bread is shit, the rest is shit. So, by that metric, Jersey Mike's piss poor bread, Jersey Mike's piss poor. Normally the prize is positive. Today, unfortunately, this is all that we could afford. They were literally begging people for free to take the food from Jersey Mike's. So that's what we got. Polygon Matic Pole got a break below 1916. It looks like it's trying to get back above it at the moment. A little liquidity grab around 18.5-ish. Didn't quite make it down to 1787. It does look like we have a potential bounce reversal here. It was oversold for the moment. No divergence. Actually, technically, we can go from here, or even from here. You could do that, but that again signals a temporary reversal. Price continuing to the downside while the RSI continues up. So, that is not good divergence. It is just, I guess it's good for trading. Nothing's really necessarily bad. It's all just a waiting game. What if I said JJ eats pizza with mayo? We need to deport to Great White North. Billy said, pizza with mayo? That's so nasty. Nuh-uh. No. Hold on. I'm not going to let Waterfly FUD my taste buds. Hang on. Do you guys have Jet's Pizzas around you? If you guys have a Jet's Pizza anywhere near you, I need you to contact them immediately and order a BLT pizza. And then I need you to eat it. And then I need you to report back, because BLT pizza is delicious. It is so heavenly. I don't even know how to describe it. There's no pizza sauce. It is bread with cheese, bacon, lettuce, tomato, and mayo. And oh my gosh, it is so tasty and delicious. So yeah, I eat pizza with mayo on it. Sue me. Oh my gosh. Tyler said, well, what was the close price? The close price, my friend Mr. Tyler, was 104,886 and 78 cents. Mr. Robbers was our victor this evening, and he won Jersey Mike's. What the F, Waterfly? Why the hate? Sounds like Canadian pizza. Bet one, then bet two said, so it's a sandwich. Kind of, yes. It's pretty much a sandwich. It's so yummy. It's so delicious. Okay. Near at the moment is up 0.32. Yesterday we had a 3.5% positive 4-hour candle. Lovely little reversal. There's also a bullish dip here. Again, though, not the good kind. Shows price continuing to the downside, while RSI continues to the upside. What is on pizza? Just try it, guys. Don't be weenies. Near looks like it's making a pass for 221. If it breaks above that, then 234 is in the cards. Otherwise, if it rejects, then $2 is definitely on the table. We did just get a bullish cross of the RSI and the moving average. We also got a green dot on our momentum wave, signaling temporary upside. A unconfirmed green dot on the overall indicator as well. Last but not least, we got Chili's potentially reacting off of our lower trend line. Hopefully, we can get a positive reaction out of this. Otherwise, we're just going to continue to ladder down like we've been doing for so long. Eventually, it's going to be something. It's either going to break down really, really hard, or it's going to start to recover. This does technically look like a head and shoulders, though. I think we did this the other day. Frugal target, maybe 31, 32. Hopefully that's not the case, though. Silver, continuing to sustain a relatively decent price at 36.73. It did hit 37 yesterday, which was kind of crazy. MicroStrategy doing its pullback thing. I'm fully expecting, look at this, head and shoulders right here. Should we short MicroStrategy for a little temporary gain? What do we got? Temporary target. Oh my gosh, it perfectly correlates with the fractal too. 348 potential. If it pulls back down to 350, 345, and then blasts off from there, then the waste management fractal, as well as the pattern repeating that it has previously had, just on a slightly different trajectory, is 100% accurate. And you guys have to then call me the Fractal Farquad instead of just Fractal Farquad. Dude, Chewy, we've been looking for you, man. Are you okay? Do you need somebody to take some money? I'm more than happy to hold on to some of that money for you, man. Chewy is the one who called Aerodrome, and we charted it. Charted beautifully. The waste management fractal played out. It hit our target of 76. Got a pullback, broke below the lower trend line. So we got our waste management pullback, 76 hit, pullback, lower trend line broken, retest, bearish retest confirmed, break down, bear flag target was around 40. We were going to front run at 45. It came down to 48. Got a bounce, and then just mooned from there. Chewy said I was on an island all week, bro. Maybe not an island. Maybe not an island, Chewy. But I guess there was probably one specific island for sale for a really good price. So congratulations on all that ridiculous amounts of money you've made, Chewy. What a badass. What if I said still Arrow $1.56? Really? This thing's making its way towards $1, and it's making its way towards $1 quick. I will say, if it does pull back from here, then we could make the argument for another waste management fractal. And a pullback to maybe 60, and then another target of maybe $1. That being said, as of right now, it has not rejected, so the double top kind of concept idea is not in play at the moment. This was technically 1, 2, 3 hits to the upside, which is kind of crazy. But we're keeping an eye on it. This thing, for some reason, everything else has just been like dumpy and slumpy and mumpy and boring. And Arrow's just like, hey guys, you want to go climb Mount Everest? And everyone's like, no, we're broke, man. And Arrow's like, what do you mean? I have enough money for literally everybody. Chewy said, I have a big sale at $1.50. Dude, if you're looking for $1.50, I might buy some. I'm going to wait, though. I'm not going to FOMO under green candle, Chewy. Don't tempt me. Mr. Roberts said, LOL, always working on it. Chewy, always pushing. Chewy said, are you rich yet? Was it an island all reek? I can't read. Oh, I'm not going to read the rest of this. If you guys want to talk to me, you guys can say it. What if I said Chewy got high and escorts right now? Very nice. Yeah, dude. Chewy's killing it right now on Aerodrome. Very cool. Love to see it. Silver. We went over silver and market strategy. DXY, still boring, still lame, still crashing. Very cool. NASDAQ, potential pullback, 21,665. Closed red. So did the S&P 500. Very quiet. We'll see if we'll probably get chop, sideways chop, maybe accumulation to the upside into September. And then maybe further upside from there. Bet one, then bet two said Netflix is on parabolic mode. Ooh. What is Netflix's thing? Got it. Wow. Let me go to the daily. Ooh. Oh my gosh. What the hell happened? Why didn't anybody tell us to buy? It's your guys' fault. Look at this. How many idiots shorted this? Because it looks like a Head and Shoulders. I love that, dude. Whenever a bearish pattern pops up and it invalidates so hard. That's freaking funny. Being played as a tariff hedge? Really? Mr. Robert said, Tyler, come on up. I'll get you some tags. Very cool. Yeah, Netflix killing it. I don't know how well longer term is doing, but Lemonade was doing really good the other day. Yeah. Lemonade insurance. People need insurance. So it did really, really bad after launch. Like it ripped and then it just dipped. Dipped hard. This is kind of like a Memecoin chart. Jeez. It's kind of funny. But then it just accumulated around 14, 15. Broke out. Now it's $40. And it seems to want to continue to go up. Which is kind of crazy. Coin and Circle. Coin just shredding today. 16.3% candle. Jeez. Yeah, look at this. Inverse Head and Shoulders. Beautiful. Beautiful. What would that target be? If we did the full target, it'd probably be that 270. And it's sitting at 295 right now. So it's even more bullish. That's so awesome. Yeah, I have a feeling Coinbase is just going to rip to the upside. They're making a lot of deals. They're making a lot of really good moves. And then Circle just went public. This thing's $200 right now. It launched. Where did it launch? 70, I think. And it's $200. Kidding me? 33.8% daily candle. Wow. When cryptocurrency things do stock things, they do stock things so much better than stocks do. I'm just saying. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again on your victory. Do enjoy your jersey mics as much as you can. I know it's not very enjoyable. That's the prize for today. You get what you get and you don't throw a fit. Bitcoin currently trading at 104.730. Oh, 721 and 59 cents. Potentially breaking down. This was a bullish engulfing candle, though, on the 4-hour time frame. So we'll see if that makes a little turnaround. We got some articles to go through, guys. A lot of articles, so bear with me. And make sure you smash the like button and share the stream with your like-minded crypto friends or your family members or whoever else. Cheers. Happy Wednesday. Okay. Job openings have been falling off a cliff since 2022, but it's still above pre-pandemic levels. This has helped prevent a recession so far. Cool. I've also heard that just not as many people are losing their jobs, so that's probably why job openings aren't really doing that great. U.S. negotiators believe Iran may be willing to return to negotiations and agree to a deal that fully ends its nuclear program. This was 21 hours ago. We're going to see a lot of these throughout this entire news segment. For whatever reason, they're just repeating the same things over and over again. But it's like different instances of them saying it. U.S. wage growth sees largest increase in 60 years. That's exciting stuff. Work wages are increasing with inflation. Who would have thunk? Global stocks just formed a golden cross for the first time since January 2023. The last one sent prices soaring 43% over the next 2 years. So potentially looking at a pretty decent sized gain. We'll see what happens. Initial job losses, or initial jobless claims expected 246K, actual 245K. So there's 1,000 more people with jobs. Very cool. That's not how that works, but I'm sure you guys got the joke. Retail investors' market involvement is at record highs. Penny stocks, a proxy for retail activity, reflected a record 47.4% of the total market volume on Thursday, according to Goldman Sachs. This surpassed the previous all-time high of 45% seen in May of 2024. This was also, where did I go? More than twice as high as levels seen in the retail trading frenzy in 2020. Interestingly, 20% of trading volume in stocks worth less than $1 took place during pre-market hours. Meanwhile, individual investors' share of the option market hit 18.5% last week, one of the highest readings on record according to JP Morgan. Retail investors are still buying. Dude, waterfly. Damn. Whoa. That's a crazy sentence. I'm not going to disagree, though. So, yeah, this one is really big ramifications, kind of a big signal to me. In 2020, we were half as much as we are today in 2025. That kind of checks out with the idea of at least the later half of this year, maybe even next year, being a proper bull market. Maybe the trickle-down effect starts with the stock market, and then it moves into Bitcoin, and then it moves into ETH, and then it moves into altcoins, and then it moves into Memecoins. Not financial advice. Kind of exciting metrics right here. Previous all-time high volume, or previous all-time high of 45% May of 2024. Another super-duper bullish month, so I don't know. That one's exciting to me. Payments giant Klarna, the people who let you finance your Taco Bell, says it will accept Bitcoin and crypto for payments. They have 100 million global users. Very odd, but okay. Their entire thing is built on debt, which is very strange. I don't know other interest rates. It's just it's such an interesting concept to me, Klarna. It's like layaway, but for like the planet, which I'm not gonna sit here and knock it. I've used stuff like that in the past. Everybody needs it, but my only concern is it predatory? Because that's not going to be good in the long run. But who knows, man? We'll see. We'll see how long they'll last and if they are a good guy or not. We got Iran experiencing a near total nationwide internet blackout. Just 3% of the country had internet connectivity 9 hours ago. That's kind of crazy. Commerce Secretary Lutnick says nearly 70,000 people have signed up for the $5 million Trump Gold Card, which is apparently $350 billion, which is a lot of money. Trump says Iran has called to negotiate. This was 8 hours ago as well. 10 hours ago, President Trump says, am I allowed to appoint myself head of the Fed? I do a much better job than Powell. That's kind of funny. Banks tightening lending standards. This one was also kind of funny. This is a chart to monitor very closely. Banks tightening standards are on the rise again. Tighter credit conditions would be a big headwind for the economy and stock market. Honestly, this coupled with the concept of people not having savings left over and them being maxed out credit-wise, probably a recipe for disaster. We might actually end up getting an emergency rate cut if this gets too spicy. 7 hours ago, we got President Trump saying he may or may not order military strike on Iran. The Federal Reserve voted to keep interest rates unchanged 6 hours ago. I watched all of this unfold live. Powell came out and basically said absolutely nothing, and he collects a paycheck every single week for it. 6 hours ago, the United States deploys its newest supercarrier, USS Gerald Ford, to the Mediterranean Sea. Very cool, I think. Bravo Research publishing 8 hours ago, the chances of America getting involved in the Israel-Iran war has just jumped to 65%. This could have major consequences for the market. Not long-lasting consequences, though. We've seen this before. It's a V-shaped recovery almost every single time. Worst case scenario, we gotta wait a year. It's not that big of a deal. Although, time is your greatest asset, so make sure you cherish it. 9 hours ago, $15 billion pay. Yep, we read this already. Klarna's going to accept Bitcoin and crypto. Very cool. 9 hours ago, Donald Trump says that Iran is ready to make a deal. Huge for markets. We'll see. 6 hours ago, somebody posted this in the Discord, and I stumbled upon it too while I was scrolling on X. I had to share it. This is the Not Jerome Powell parody account. Powell, I was going to cut, but Trump called me stupid, so I didn't do shit. This is literally what we've been saying. And it's not necessarily that cut and dry, but it does very much seem like he was going to cut rates. And then Donald Trump was like, I think Powell should cut rates. So now, in order to not look like he is bending to Trump's will, he probably feels obligated to not cut rates because he doesn't want to look like he's just doing what the president says, which kind of sucks. I hope that's not the case, but I also want him to cut rates. 5 hours ago, Fed Chair Jerome Powell says that the economy is in a solid position, which I assumed like the whole time that we were in a solid position. I feel like we have so much money circulating right now, and the world is so sensitive, including people Powell's age and people Trump's age, across the board. Everyone's so sensitive. I don't think there will ever be a proper like crash of any market ever again. I think that they would just patchwork, they would print, they would do whatever they gotta do to make it so that we don't endure any serious like knife twisting pain in the markets because people are so overly sensitive. It's ridiculous. Mr. Roberts said, JJ, have you seen the 1 ox gold Bitcoin coin that Kitco is selling? It's so damn good looking. I have not. I do have a Bitcoin copper coin though. Let's actually go take a look. 1 ounce, I'm assuming you meant to say. 1 ounce Bitcoin gold coin. You said Kitco? Bam. $3,477. Let me make sure that it's not showing where I live. Okay. This is pretty sick. Yeah, this is very similar to the copper one that I have. It looks pretty sweet though. Gold? I do not have any gold. I would love to. I have little baby silver things that I got. I'm going to show you guys because I'm actually really proud of them. I got these at a pawn shop. Well, I think they're right here. They're ridiculously cheap. I think the guy just wanted to get rid of them. I gotta make sure nothing's gonna fall on my head. Is this it? That is not it. What the hell is this? I don't know what I'm doing. Really don't know what I'm doing. Hang on, give me 1 second. I'm determined now. There it is. Okay. Bitcoin 104,980 and 99 cents. Looking good. We got 14 people watching. Make sure you guys smash the like button. I appreciate you guys for joining me. So these are 1 gram. Little 1 gram silver bars. Let me make the camera bigger. Ready? How cool is that? I don't know if you guys can... Is it going to focus? There you go. There you go. They're just little baby silver, and then I got little coins too. They had, I think I just bought all of them at that point. I was like, I'll just take them all. But cool little little dealios. I gotta deactivate the camera and reactivate it so it focuses. Hey. All right. Focus. There we go. Cool. Okay. Waterfly said I have more silver in a filling. He said, did we already see the weekly and monthly? Weekly looks bearish. I will take a look. Bet one, then bet two said itty bitty Sylvie committee. Right. I mean, I couldn't not buy them. They were like ridiculously cheap. I like bars over coins. I don't know why. Something about like the bar. It just feels cooler to me. I'm like the contrarian. All the coin people, and I'm like, check out my fucking square thing. But they were little baby silver bars. I'm like, well, I want that. Okay. Anyways, Bitcoin getting a little bit pumpy here. Market's getting a little bit pumpy. Very nice. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said nice Italian sub for the winner today. Don't tell that to the Italian sub. Like pale. This Italian sub needs like some sunlight or something. Looks like it's been sitting out overnight. And it's not supposed to. Next we got David Sachs tells Bloomberg the Genius Act will unlock trillions and bring banks into Bitcoin and crypto. We're at the finish line. It's coming. Hopefully it comes all over our bags. Bet one, then bet two said less premium on bars. I like that. Coin Fashion. Okay, so this one was just kind of cool. This guy said it's June and there's still no alt season. I'm still poor. Fuck all. Fuck the Matrix. Fuck school. Thomas Crallo posted 6 hours ago. Powell doesn't surprise anymore. I bet he will say absolutely nothing during the press conference, so might as well not waste time. It can't be good. Neither is war. Things make no sense right now. The more you track it, the more you realize they will always lie and deceive. Exactly. Which is why we just buy. We just buy endlessly, and then eventually the price goes up and we win. Treasury Secretary Bessent said that crypto is the most important phenomena happening in the world. Hell yeah. Pump my bags. This one I was kind of laughing at. This is their dot plot from the Fed. And I was like... dang, the conspiracy theorists are going to have a field day with this. This looks like 2 UFOs. This looks like an arrow pointing up. This looks like a rocket ship. And this looks like the Star of David. I mean, come on. Come on. Am I wrong? This actually almost looks like Space Invaders as well. But anyways, dot plot, if you give a crap about that one. We got 2 rate cuts expected in 2025, totaling 50 basis points. 1 rate cut in 2026 by 25, and 1 in 2027 by 25. This is the Fed's projections, by the way. We got another Confessions. This is most of these aren't exciting, but this one I guess has a underlying lesson in it. This individual said, ever since I joined crypto 2021. It's been from loss to loss. Never taken profits. Feel very depressed. Thought I could finally make money off alt season this year, but it seems for the first time in crypto history, there won't be an alt season. I've really tried. Can't even raise $1,500 for my rent. What happened to alt season? The lesson here is don't invest more than you can afford to lose. This guy's struggling to pay for his rent with crypto. You should never, and this is not financial advice, but don't ever put yourself in a position where an investment or a trade has to cover a living expense like food or rent or utilities. That's a big no-no. Huge no-no. Don't do that. But yeah, that is what it is. 3 hours ago, we got Trump has approved attack plans for Iran, but he's holding off on giving the final order to see if Iran will abandon its nuclear program, per Wall Street Journal. Ohio House passes bill to exempt Bitcoin payments under $200 from taxes. This one's huge, huge, huge win. Unfortunately, Ohio beat Michigan to it, so whatever. They're still boring. 5 hours ago, we got Treasury Secretary Bessent says crypto is not a threat to the dollar. In fact, stablecoins can reinforce dollar supremacy. They have been ignored by national governments for far too long. Hell yeah. Federal Reserve leaves interest rates unchanged. They remain at 4.25 to 4.5. Crypto czar David Sachs says crypto bill is very close. This was 8 hours ago. 11 hours ago, first spot XRP ETF launches in Canada. Very cool. 17 hours ago, this one was crazy. Iranian crypto exchange NoBitX hacked for $48 million. Funds were sent to the following Tron wallet, and it's literally FIR terrorists NoBitX, which is crazy. That's a crazy, crazy scenario. They even went through the trouble of getting a Tron wallet that says a bunch of crazy shit. I don't know, man. Altcoins still frozen. Bitcoin's hanging out around 104K, but alts haven't caught a break. Net buy sell volume is down a brutal 36 billion. That's not rotation, that's retreat. Until this flips, calling for alt season feels a bit early. I repeat, we have not had an alt season yet, ladies and gentlemen. Total 2 stochastic RSI cross on the monthly chart. Altcoins are going to fly in the upcoming months. Position yourself for alt season. Again, not financial advice. I know Chewy really likes the stock RSI, so this is exciting stuff. Next, I'm not a big fan of Lark Davis. I'm 50-50 on him, but this was funny. He posted this. He's not broke, Dad. He's just waiting for the Fed to cut interest rates. This classic meme format, of course. Took twice the time, but 2025 is now lined up just like 2016 and 2020. Big pump ahead. Crazy how much longer it took this time. But we got 2021, we got a blue dot, we got a bunch of red. It's shifting to a lighter, more semi-transparent reddish thing, like a slight start of an uptrend, I'm assuming. So we'll see where this goes. It's going to be exciting stuff. This one is the reason why I believe Coin was pumping today. Coinbase unveils Coinbase Payments, enabling Shopify merchants to accept 24/7 USDC payments globally with instant settlement. Very cool. 3 hours ago, Iran would accept President Trump's offer to meet soon, per New York Times, citing a senior Iranian official. 19 hours ago, U.S. banks will soon print money into existence. Deregulation begins to allow them to hold more treasuries and lever up. Ivan on Tech posting altcoin season is coming, lads. Bitcoin dominance has never gone down since 2021. We haven't seen alt season since 2021. Stop being depressed. Stop pooping the bed. Get up and start preparing. The best is still in front of us. Hell yeah. Love Ivan on Tech. Great guy. Oh, skipped ahead a couple. What just happened? So we got a rundown. If you guys want to read this, I guess I'll scroll over it so you guys can pause and read. I'm just gonna scroll one more time. U.S. plans to ease capital rule limiting banks' treasury trades. Basically, the money printer, but like a sneaky way of money printing. Summary of the Fed decision. Fed leaves rates unchanged for fourth straight meeting. Fed says uncertainty has diminished but is still elevated. Fed lowers 2025 GDP estimate to 1.4%, lifts inflation estimate to 3%. Median Fed forecast shows 50 basis points of rate cuts in 2025. Median Fed forecast shows rates at 3.6% in 2026 and 3.4% in 2027. Interest rate futures increase likelihood of rate cuts beginning in September. The Fed pause continues even as Trump calls for a 100 basis point rate cut. Update: General Flynn warns that the next 72 to 96 hours may be some of the most dramatic and critical in American history. And then we got 3 more, my bad. Visa and MasterCard dropped 5%. I was actually pointing this out. I was like, dang, should we just short Visa and MasterCard? That'd be kind of crazy, but stablecoins, I'm sure that they're going to integrate stablecoins in some way, shape, or form. That existing infrastructure would be silly to throw away. Summary of Fed Chair Powell's comments. He said, we'll likely get to a place where rate cuts are appropriate. Fed will make smarter decision if they wait a couple of months. Fed expects meaningful amount of inflation in upcoming months. Unemployment remains in a reasonable place. It will take time to see how large inflation effects will be. Fed's inflation forecast for this year is higher due to tariffs, and the Fed's meeting is the definition of a Fed pause. And then last but not least, we got Britain is considering participating in a war against Iran if the United States intervenes with Israel against Iran, per the Times. Markets now await any potential peace deal talks over the next 24 to 48 hours. Bitcoin 105.60, 105.80, and 46 cents. All right, what else do we got? People in the chat. Mr. Roberts. I saw Ron Jeremy throw it in a hallway once. Does that count for heat? LOL. That sounds financial advice for sure. Don't ever bet the whole farm. Top Stock Scout said, I make trades all the time that need to cover my bills, and if it doesn't work out, I just sell my ass on the corner. What I like to do is I like to just trade, and then when I have it, at least a little bit of profits, maybe I'll take it and take my family out to dinner. I'll go buy groceries with it. I'll pay a bill. But if all of my crypto just disappeared right now, I would still be able to pay my rent. I would still be able to pay all my utilities. I'd still be able to buy food. I'd still be able to do everything that I normally do. My life would not change. I would be pissed, but financially, like immediate financially, like day to day, would not change. Besides the fact that I would be fucking devastated. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again on your victory. Let's do a quick update of our portfolios. Our 1K to 10K Grok portfolio is down $172. Kind of getting wrecked, currently being held up by Property Render, Fetch, Sol, and ADA, being dragged down by Ondo, Shib, Aptos, Near, and Doge. Next, we got our Memecoin portfolio, which is down $125. Actually recovering a lot better than everything else. SNEK still the worst performer. It's getting worse and worse every single day. What a damn shame. It's down over 50%. Wow. And last but not least, our best performer, still in profit, $64.95, the Narrative portfolio. This portfolio is made up of 1 meme coin, 1 artificial intelligence coin, 1 real-world asset coin, 1 decentralized physical infrastructure coin, and 1 gaming coin. And as of right now, only 2 of them are negative. The rest are in profits. VeChain is down $20. Decentraland is down $8. Fetch is in profit $15. Tau is in profit $26, and Pepe is in profit $49. This portfolio is shredding to the upside compared to the other 2. Very cool. Let's refresh our liquidation heat map, see where we're at. Okay, so we got a little 30 mil right here, 103,995. Okay, we change the color of that. And then I think the rest is still the same, 103,610. No. 103,070. Yes, okay. Cool. So yeah, Bitcoin is quiet, chilling. We did liquidate. We liquidated our first chunk to the upside. 105,228 is next. Interesting. Okay, let's go do a rundown of total. Oh yeah, Fahid wanted to look at the weekly and monthly. So the weekly, actually the weekly looks rather quiet. Very indecisive on the weekly for sure. We got the first one. If the body would have been a little bit bigger on this one 2 weeks ago, we would have had a proper hammer candle, but that was not the case. And then last week, also indecisive. Bigger wick to the upside though, so a lot of selling pressure. This week, as of right now, more selling pressure for sure. But it is kind of floating around the middle, honestly. And if I were to go on a lower time frame, with these having more candle bodies, this would probably look more like a flag than anything. But we'll see. We've seen these kinds of candles before. This one resulted in a pretty decent size downside. Yeah, we got some indecisiveness right here and right here, resulting in some upside. Same here, indecisive, upside. Indecisive, upside, indecisive, downside, indecisive, upside, indecisive, upside, indecisive, downside. So it's a mixed bag. It's literally 50-50, it seems. It's the market's just kind of waiting to see what the heck we're supposed to do. Which is interesting to interesting thing to see. And then the monthly also indecisive. We still got, what do we got, 2 weeks? Thereabouts, a week and a half. We got about a week and a half until the end of the month. See where things end up. ETH got a nice bounce off of the purple trend line on the monthly for sure. This current monthly candle, though, for it being over halfway point, kind of stinks. Weekly, oh my gosh. What is going on with ETH on the weekly? Whoa. That's scary. That is terrifying. Is this like... What even is that? Can't even call that accumulation. It hasn't been this bad ever. What in the world? This might literally be from the ETFs, do you think? Like maybe institutions are just keeping the price the same. That's crazy. What else looks like this? Sol. Okay, Sol's a little bit down. Total 3 down. ADA down. XRP. XRP's pretty sideways as well. HBAR down. Everything else might be just down. Dang, that's crazy. Oh, Arrow's up. What in the world? This thing's up 3.35% today already. What the hell's going on? I will say a lot of folks were calling for June 16th, June 15th, June 16th to be the beginning of alt season, beginning of the proper bull market. So that might actually be accurate. Here's the damn sub. Shit's running away. Mr. Roberts said, well, gang, JJ, nut tuggers, I'm out. Good to be here. Peace. Take it easy, Mr. Roberts. Appreciate you for stopping by. Congratulations once again on your victory. Enjoy your Jersey Mike's and happy Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow, my friend. Bitcoin up 0.25% on the day, currently trading at 105, 146, and 22 cents. Looking good. All quiet on the Western Front. Cheers, guys. All right. Gourmet Brands of Brooklyn said peace. What do we got? Total 3. So I wanted to look at total 3, total 2, others dominance, and total crypto market cap. Total 3. We're getting a nice reaction right here so far. It does seem to be green. And like I said, we did get that RSI crossing over the moving average. We do seem to be reacting off of our purple trend line. What if we got this? What if we didn't quite hit it, we bounce, and then we go below it for a fake out, and then continue to the upside? What if that's what's going to happen? That honestly actually matches up really nicely with the fractal too. Shoot. Is that what's going to happen? Dang. So we're on the 4-hour right now. There's actually bullish divergence. It is, again, though, the wrong kind that signals temporary upside of the price and longer term upside of the RSI. Interesting. Let's go take a look at total 2. Total 2's just been flat, like stuck at 1.15, in between 1.17 and 1.1. Dang. Actually looks very similar to Ethereum. Wow. I can't believe how similar those are. That's kind of crazy. Total crypto market cap also looks very similar to ETH. And Bitcoin, actually. Bitcoin a little more shaky, but you can see it. We're riding 3.2. If we break below that, 3.04 is definitely in the cards. Honestly, break above, chop, break above, chop, break above, chop, break below. Then we got this volatility right here. This kind of looks like a head and shoulders, unfortunately. If that is the case, then our target is probably 3.04. If we break and go down, I could totally see that playing out. Dang. That might be what's happening. I don't think that this was the top though. We haven't quite beat that yet. It does. See, it kind of looks like we're getting this right here. Got our left shoulder, our head, our right shoulder is gonna happen, and then we're gonna get maybe a little retrace. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know. I don't know. That does seem to be the way that things distribute. That pattern specifically. Got it right here too. And right here. It's so weird that you can like visibly see the market psychology. I don't know. What an odd thing. Anyways, we're sitting at 3.23 trillion at the moment. Current candles up 0.36. Yesterday, 4-hour candle closed at 1.09 positive. We got a green dot on our momentum wave and a bullish cross on the RSI and the RSI's moving average. Let's take a look at others' dominance. 7.27%. What was our bottom before? Okay. We go to the weekly. Yeah. This was excluding top 10, December 2015. Really? Okay, so we've definitely broken a longer term trend that we've had. Or did we? Well, I could probably make the argument for both. Volume increase, volume increase. This was 2021. See what I mean? This is the total market cap, excluding the top 10 dominance. We have not had alt season since 2021. I'm convinced. We had this little baby rally in 2024, followed by a true bottom, in my opinion. Wow, look at that. That's actually crazy. This might be my favorite chart, my new favorite chart. This is exciting right here. This to me shows that the worst time-wise is probably over, and we're probably like cresting the hill. Like we're probably right at the tip. Everyone's gonna give up right here. They're all gonna go. I can't see the money bag. I can't see it on the other side there. So I'm leaving. And everybody that stays is gonna get right over the edge, and we're gonna be able to see it, and then we're gonna get to it, and then we're all gonna retire. Meanwhile, all these other angry people are leaving with nothing. They're going to leave empty-handed. No money. No money. This has been Illustrations with JJ. I don't know, man. It's going to be fun to see where things end up. How long it takes. But I do still believe, I'm still a firm believer that we're going to get the craziest alt season ever. And we go back down to the 4-hour time frame. Okay. Yep. Bitcoin 105.82. Even. Very nice. Congratulations, Mr. Roberts, once again on your victory. Enjoy your Jersey Mikes. Ladies and gents, I think I'm going to make my exit. I appreciate you guys for joining, as always, and hopefully this ends up being the case. We do have a green dot on our momentum wave, so we should see some real decent upside coming up pretty soon here. As always, if Bitcoin starts to do anything crazy, I will hop back on. Otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. Happy Wednesday. Smash the like button on your way out, and good night.